Greetings, YouTube. The modern GOP, and under the leadership of Trump, really loves the idea of criminalizing being unhoused because they know that your average person is themselves terrified of ending up without a home. So they are more than willing to vilify those who don't have homes. They're willing to say that they're criminals and drug addicts and such, even though the fastest growing segment of the unhoused population are retired folks who have done nothing wrong. It's just that the economic structure has pulled the rug out from under them, and now they have nowhere to go, literally. And we've known for a long time that the best thing you can do for a person that doesn't have housing is to give them housing. It is also the most economic thing to do. It is the smartest way to spend money is to just give people housing. Period. It's the housing, stupid. If you remember that phrase from Bush Sr. Where he said it's the economy, stupid. Well, it's this case, it's the housing. Trump right now is saying that he doesn't want money to going to help people find housing. He wants money to go towards making sure that they have mental health support and uh, addiction support, which is weird because they have also been undermining the healthcare system every chance they get, which is all about giving people access to mental health and addiction services. So if he actually comes forward and says, yes, we need to make sure that everyone has the access to mental health and addiction services that they need, which I think is an absolute lie. The man couldn't say his own name with sincerity. Um, that's awesome. But you want to know what's almost impossible to achieve? Sobriety and mental health if you don't have a place to live. You are not going to become mentally healthy and sober if you are living on the streets or you're in a shelter where you have to live under someone else's control, can't have most of your possessions, can't have your pets. You don't get to live the life you want to that you would under your own home. So the first step you want to help people with when it comes to being healthy and sober is you give them housing. You give them a place of their own, you give them a sense of security, and that becomes the foundation upon which they can build mental health and sobriety. But if you don't give them a place, expecting a person that is homeless to be mentally healthy and sober is insane. In addition, if you criminalize being unhoused, you've now given these people a criminal record, which means they're going to have a harder time finding housing and a job. So you're creating a system that is more likely to push them into being mentally unhealthy and at risk of an addiction. It's almost like you really don't give a shit about them and you just want to keep saying words so that you can undermine actually doing what people need to be done to be happy and healthy and sober. Because that's not the goal. The GOP doesn't want happy people. Happy people don't vote for them. They want angry people. So they want to make sure that they have create programs where people will fail at them. Because again, you can't be mentally healthy and sober while without housing. Because even if you're sober, you're not going to be mentally healthy. Take my word for it. There'd be no way that I could be mentally healthy if I didn't have a place to live. So you criminalize them. You vilify them. You make sure that the general public who currently has housing thinks of them as the other. That's their plan. Divide and conquer. And they can keep saying they're going to try to do good things for these people, but they're not. Because if they wanted to do good things, all they have to do is give them fucking housing.